Welcome back to Leeds Lately. As I said yesterday, this is going to be a video with another update about Leeds United's players and how they're doing on the international stage as it is the international break. Before we get into it though, make sure you go ahead and hit that big red button down below as it massively helps me out on that journey to 10k and beyond. Now, first off, we're going to start with Wilfried Gnonto, who featured in Italy's 3-0 victory against the Norway under-21s, which was a side that also featured Leo Hjelde, of course, ex of Leeds United and now plays for Sunderland. But the man that we're focusing on is young Wilfried Gnonto, who got himself a 7.6 rating, played 88 minutes and got himself an assist. Didn't actually have any shots on target, but he had a shot off target and he attempted a couple of dribbles, succeeded on 50% of those, 47 touches, 80% accurate passes. He had a good game, Wilfried Gnonto, and ended up with a 7.6 rating right before they come back for Leeds duty. So he is in very, very good form and fine fettle indeed, if I must say so myself. Wilfried Gnonto then, coming off the back of that game, should be raring to go against Burnley. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Gnonto in action after his good performance. Next one that we are going to be having a little look at is, of course, Brendan A.A. Ronson. So Brendan A.A. Ronson played for USA in a 1-1 draw against New Zealand today at midnight our time. Played 66 minutes before being substituted off by Malik Tillman, and in that time he got 53 touches, 79% pass accuracy, one key pass, so a pass that set up a shot on goal, a couple of crosses into the box, 3 of which were taken, 2 of which were accurate. They met somebody in the box, had a shot on target, had a shot blocked, 1 dribble attempted, 1 dribble success. Again, so 7.0 rating for Brendan Aronson. He had a pretty good game. So I think I'm happy with, again, Brendan Aronson coming back into the team under a bit of form. I think he had a decent game. Obviously, 7 out of 10 is not 10 out of 10, but it's good, and it's like a consistent good standard to maintain, which I think is important. Next one we're going to be talking about is, of course, Mateo Joseph. Now, Mateo Joseph played in Spain's under-21 game against Hungary under-21s, and he was only substituted on in the 59th minute and didn't have the best of games. Finished up on a 6.7 rating out of 10. Didn't manage to get any shots. Didn't manage to get any shots on target. He had 8 touches, played 6 passes, 5 of which are successful, so 83%. And ground duels won 2. Ground duels 2, won 1 of them. Aerial duels won 1 of them. It's not great for Mateo Joseph in that game. Looks like he wasn't able to get involved in anything, wasn't able to really get involved in the play and kind of make his mark on the game, which of course he did in the previous game for Spain's under-21s, where he scored that goal to win them the game against Scotland, I think it was. In this game, wasn't able to really have much of an impact, but hopefully that doesn't knock his confidence too much coming in back into Leeds' team in the Championship, because I think still at the moment he's our best option in terms of who we can play up front. And of course I did make that video not so long back about the runs that he makes and how I think it's important that he keeps on making them, because he will score a lot of goals from them. So Mateo Joseph, probably a little bit of a disappointing one for him, but in terms of his overall performance recently, I think he's on an upwards trend. He's doing very well. This is going to be a quick one because Ao Tanaka was an unused substitute in Japan's 5-0 victory against Bahrain. Of course, not getting off the bench will be very, very disappointing for Ao Tanaka. But if we're going to take a little silver lining from it, we'll take the fact that Ao Tanaka didn't play, which means he couldn't possibly pick up an injury. Actually, no, he could have done it in the warm-up, but you know what I mean. He couldn't pick up an injury in that 90 minutes, so less chance of him coming back to Leeds injured. So on one hand, bit disappointing for Ao Tanaka himself, because he didn't get into that team in a game where, look, you're winning 5-0 against Bahrain. You'd think a lot of people will maybe get a chance to come on, but unfortunately for Ao Tanaka, he didn't. Fortunately for us, that means he's not picked up any injuries. You watch Sod's Law, it'll come out now. Ao Tanaka picked up an injury, and that's why he didn't get on. But Ilya Gruev also played, and he had a 7.2 rating against Northern Ireland, in which Bulgaria won 1-0. Played 90 minutes, so he played that entire game. Looks like he had a very good game with a 7.2 rating. Touches 48, accurate passes 33 out of 40, so that's 83%. Key passes, one, which is not something that Ilya Gruev is particularly known for, is it? Going forward and playing the balls into the box that lead to shots. But I hope to see a little bit more from him in that regard in a Leeds shirt. Made a couple of, well, one long ball and one accurate long ball. So obviously we know that he's got that kind of passing range in there. But yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of that as well for Leeds, especially with Dan James running down the wing and Laji Ramazani as well with his pace. Won some good ground duels as well. Oh, he didn't actually. No, he had 5 attempted ground duels and only won 2 of them. Aerial duels, though, he won 1 out of the 1 that he went into. Possession lost 9. That can be made out by the fact that those 7 of those passes that he made were inaccurate, and then potentially 2 times he's just lost the ball whilst dribbling. The next one then is the Wales game. Now, Wales won 2-1 against Montenegro. When we actually look at the lineups, they had a few decent players, Montenegro. They've got Jovetic, who of course has been all round the different around the different teams around the world. And actually, when I look at this team, there isn't actually. I thought there was more good players for. I thought there was more good players for Montenegro, but it doesn't actually look that way. Anyway, Wales is what we're focusing on. Joe Rodon got himself a 7 out of 10, 90 minutes played, 4 clearances, blocked a shot, made an interception and tackled 3 times. 52 out of 57 accurate passes. You'd expect that to be a little bit higher for a centre-back. I don't mean higher than what Joe Rodon got. I mean, like, he's higher compared to the other players that we've talked about in this video. So he made a lot of... he actually made 3 long balls and 2 of them are accurate, which is quite rare for Joe Rodon. So hopefully that kind of carries on into his Leeds time, because I felt that a lot of the time his passing hasn't been fantastic. So that's good to see. Ground duels attempted and succeeded 3 out of 3. Really good from him, which obviously we know that's one of his best attributes, one-on-one defending. Aerial duels, 3, only won 1 of them, so they must have had a big striker. Mugosha, I'm going to say that his name is Mugosha. I'm guessing that accent means a sh sound. But he must have been a big lad if he's beating Joe Rodon to it, long story short. Next, we're going to have a little look at Ethan Ampadu, who of course played in that game as well. 90 minutes for him. He only got a 6.8 out of 10. Not sure if I mentioned, actually, Joe Rodon got himself a 7 out of 10. Ethan Ampadu got himself a 6.8 out of 10. So again, not great. He had a 6.7 last time. I know there's not much of a difference between 6.8 and 7. 33 out of 39 successful passes, 85% pass accuracy. 2 key passes, so he played 2 passes that ended up with shots. So that's good from him as well, being a little bit more positive. 4 long balls, 3 of which were accurate, and big chances created 1, so that's really good from him. Didn't really take any shots. Attempted a couple of dribbles, succeeded on 1. Won 2 out of 5 of his ground duels, same as Joe Rodon, and went up for 2 aerial duels and lost them both. So again, it's not terrible. It's a decent performance. It's on a level to keep going into the next fixtures. So I'm not too worried about the kind of form of these players. Last one is Carl Darlow, who managed to actually get his start for Wales. Over, who was the other goalkeeper? I don't actually know that. Oh, Danny Ward is one of them, who managed to get his start over Danny Ward. And he got himself a 7.5 out of 10, Carl Darlow. Of course, conceded 1 goal, but he made 4 saves, 2 from inside the box. Came out and made a high claim once. 43 touches. Accurate passes is quite low, 22 out of 33, 67%, but maybe they were pressing a little bit and he had to send a few balls long. There you go, long balls, 15, accurate long balls, 5. So, yeah, he had a decent game, 7.5, conceded 1 goal, made a good couple of saves, did all right, and overall, yeah, Wales went on to win that game 2-1. So, look, I think our international players are playing pretty well. I think they are kind of representing the club on a national level and doing it well. The shame for Alton not to get on, but he got on last time. And I think, look, all of these players have had decent games. Mateo Joseph maybe went a little bit missing in that game by the looks of it, but it's not the end of the world, because hopefully he comes back into Leeds and goes, do you know what, I've got a point to prove. I didn't play very well in that game. I'm going to score a hat-trick against Burnley. So, yeah, that is how our international players are doing. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you in the next one. Football's nearly back. There's nearly actual football to watch. Hang in there. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you in the next one.